get excited. Let's get pumped up. This next guy coming to the stage, he's really excited to be here, visiting from Maui. Please put your hands together. Welcome to the stage, Shane Joseph Nelson.
Awesome, yeah. Aloha, everyone.
Aloha.
My name's sHane, which is like Shane, but with a little S and a capital H. sHane, which made labeling my underwear super easy growing up. I just bought Hanes and a Sharpie, and I'd write little S's on my Hanes. That way everyone would know that those underwear were property of sHane's. Which also explains my nickname growing up, Chocolate Stain sHane. I'm from North Dakota, but I've lived on Maui now for 20 years. And in 20 years on Maui, this is my first time ever being on Big Island. Yeah, I know nothing about, even though you're right next door, I know nothing about, I know Kona and Hilo, that's it. So this morning when I landed on island, I called up my local buddy. I was like, "Oh, bro, where you stay?" And he says, "I stay at Napa Now." I was like, "Napa Now, is that Hilo side?" He goes, "No, bro, I'm at Napa right now." I was like, "Oh, Napa Now, I'm Kona now." Yeah, I love living in Hawaii. The only thing about living in Hawaii is that it's super expensive, especially compared to North Dakota. Like in North Dakota, we have a dollar store and a Dollar Tree. Here in Hawaii, we just have a $3 store where everything's $3. It's so expensive that I have to shop at Costco, right? And I go to Costco once every week. And every time that I go to Costco, I can't help but buy a rotisserie chicken. Even after inflation, $5 for a whole chicken. How do you even raise a chicken on $5? I did the math the other day, and last year I ate 40 whole chickens. I'm starting to feel like a rotisserie chicken from Costco. I bought the largest TV that Costco has. I got home, I set it up, I put The Hobbit in. And Bilbo Baggins was taller than me. I was like, "This is unrealistic, I'm returning it." I bought a bag of potato flakes at Costco. In a bag of potato flakes at Costco, there's 200 servings of potatoes. I got home and I spilled it on my carpet in the living room. And I tried to clean it up with a hot, wet towel. And now my living room's full of mashed potatoes. I'm not upset. I'm just saying that if you guys shop at Costco and you have a Costco-sized container of butter, you should come over after the show. I have enough for everyone. My family, they still live in North Dakota. Joke's on them. Everything that you guys have heard about North Dakota is true. And if you haven't heard anything about North Dakota, it's true. I didn't get the best education growing up in North Dakota, and I realized that the last time I was talking to my buddy, and he's like, "Dude, compared to the rest of the country, we're pretty dumb." And I was like, that may be true. Maybe we're not as smart as everyone else. But I bet we're funner. That's true, we are funner. My parents, they still live in North Dakota, and I went to visit them in July. And I kid you not, I walk into my parents' house in July, and they're watching curling on TV. The sport of curling. You guys know curling? And they're watching it in July, which means they're watching a rerun of the Winter Olympics in July, which is an issue. And I'm watching this curling. I can't help but think, imagine you spent your whole life curling, right? And you didn't make it to the Winter Olympics. You're a failure, and you've wasted an incredible amount of time. But on the other hand, let's say you spend your whole life curling, and you do make it to the Winter Olympics. I'm still not impressed. You think people ever brag about the good old days of their curling, like really good curler? Like, you know, some people get drunk, and if they're an ex-football player, they'll be like, man, you guys should see me back in the day. Well, no one can touch me on the field, man. I almost said a bad word, but I didn't. I wonder if curlers do the same, where they're like, man, I used to be so good. I was all... You should have seen me, man. You think there's curling scouts? Like there's scouts for other sports? Like a baseball scout, he goes to a baseball game, and he sees the ball boy throw the ball from center field to home plate. Calls up his boss, he's like, I found him. I found the next Babe Ruth. I wonder if it's the same with curling, where like a curling scout's like walking through a mall, and he sees the janitor. He has to do a double take. He's like, oh my gosh, sir, can you do that again? And the janitor says, you mean this? He's like, oh my gosh, those hips. Calls up his boss, I found him. I found the next Babe Ruth of curling. People are always telling me that I look like Jason Segel from How I Met Your Mother and Forgetting Sarah Marshall. I don't see it. People tell me that I look like Brendan Fraser. I don't see it. People tell me that I look like John Mayer. Nice. People tell me I look like Jar Jar Binks. Misa no see it. You know what? We're going back to Costco, dude. The other day I shop at Costco, and I buy the men's shampoo, you guys know the 5-in-1. Shampoo, conditioner, body wash, shaving cream, and something else. All in one bottle. That's convenient. Well, the only problem with the 5-in-1 is that you got 2 scent options. Grizzly bear? Yeah, that's a choice for us men. Like, do you want to smell like a grizzly bear? Or roadkill? You know how hard it is to get a date when you smell like roadkill? It's not easy. It's not easy. Yeah, when I went to see my parents, it was weird because I'm 394 months old, okay? But my dad still treats me like a baby. I saw my dad, and he actually told me, he's like, hey man, like, I love you, and I just want to say that I think you're smoking too much weed. And I think that you would be your best you if you didn't smoke weed, because weed makes you lazy. I was like, weed doesn't make me lazy, dude. If anything, it makes me creative. Like last night, I smoked some weed. I put my car keys in the most creative place. So now I need to Uber around. And he said, maybe lazy is the wrong word. He's like, I feel like when you smoke weed, all you do is just lounge around. I was like, lounge? Lounge. I'm like, lounge is a crazy word, dude. Because to lounge is to relax, right? To lounge is to relax. But it's the action of relaxation, yeah? But at the same time, a lounge is a piece of furniture that you relax on. Meanwhile, in addition, a lounge is also a room or a building that you relax in. So in theory, I could lounge on a lounge, in a lounge, in a lounge. All round, year round, I could lounge. I could lounge with a smile or a frown. If I were a vampire, I would lounge upside down in a black gown and lounge. And my dad said, maybe it does make you creative. I'm sHane. Thanks for coming out, everyone.